up confidence.
So training the students to build up confidence. Anything else?
Personality.
Personality.
For that. But the guidance.
Giving them.
Learning how to build that personality for that training.
So learning how to build their personality. Ah, excellent. Guidance.
Helping them.
How to help them help themselves. Yeah, perfect.
To find a way.
Okay, so to find some kind of path, some kind of guidance. Anything else? All good stuff?
It is a process of helping students or people to find the proper way in solving problems by themselves.
Excellent. Okay, so I think we've all got a pretty good idea of what coaching is. Phew! This is really good. So, what is coaching? So here's a couple of definitions. First is coaching is the practice of supporting an individual through the process of achieving a specific personal or professional result. And my second quote is coaching is facilitating in style. That is, the coach mainly asks questions and challenges the coachee to find answers from within himself, herself, based on their values, preferences and unique perspective. So I think the important words here are supporting. Oh, I point here and you didn't see it over there. Yeah. So we've got supporting and facilitating. So you support, you facilitate the student to find their own direction, but they're doing the work. So if we click back to those two pictures, here we've got the idea of we've got the student here now has something that looks just really like, there's lots of them. They can't see over it, they can't see around it, they can't see through it. This is their obstacle. The coach's role here would be to get them over to this side, so from A to B, and support them to find a route through this tangled path. Now, one of the important things here that the coach is doing for the coachee is visualization, and that's what we're going to concentrate on today, this idea of positive visualization. Earlier, Jamie, the principal, was talking about how athletes use this positive visualization to help them sort of achieve their goals, and we're doing much the same with our students. So the coach is helping the students find their best self, or as I kind of like to call it, their future self. So look into the future, see where they want to be, and see what's happening here. The coach gives the student the tools, which is coming back to the idea that we had earlier, which means then the student uses those tools to draft out the plan to get to where they want to be. So here, at the top of that. Alright, so the idea is that we're going forward to look, oops, here we go, at this idea of best self or future self. And somebody that has talked about this a lot is somebody called Bonnie Norton, and Bonnie looks at this idea of language and identity, and says that language is an identity, and every time we speak, we're negotiating and renegotiating our sense of self in relation to the larger social world, and reorganizing that relationship across time and space. Okay.
Too difficult.
Okay, so let's put that maybe a little bit more simply, because that's what it's all about. The idea here is that every time we are speaking, we are creating our own identity. Our language is our identity. But when we are looking at students, they're creating a whole new identity in a second language. And so suddenly this idea of our language and what we say being our identity is even stronger for people in a second language. They often have this idea of a role that they're going to play with this new language. So maybe they're a business person and they know they need this language to be able to function in a meeting in an international environment. That's their new identity. They might be a language student that wants to come to the UK to study in a university. That is the identity that they're trying to create through this second language. And so if you were here when Till was speaking earlier, he was talking about this idea of there's more to learning English than learning grammar and learning vocabulary. It's this idea that we are creating identity as well. And coaching is what we are using to help the student do this. So, every time we speak, we formulate this identity. And Bonnie says that the only way a student will be truly invested in the learning process is if they see some relevance to this idea of future identity. So the idea is that if we can see what we're doing now has importance to this future plan, it makes sense of what we're doing now. And this is where we get motivated students. Because every activity now you're giving the student, they're going, this is tying in to where I want to be in the future. And this, of course, therefore helps the teachers as well, and it helps the school. So, what I want to do is I want to show you just a bit of video. It's just a short video of somebody who was filmed in Regent, Oxford. And his name is Kaku. So, it's very short, it's only about 30 seconds. And after this, I would like you just again, with the person next to you or people next to you, just to have a think about what do you think he needs in his first coaching session. So this is his first day interview, when students come to the Regent School on their first day, they're videoed so that we can help them improve. So if I go here, if I go here, we go through the Bible.
Can you tell me your name? And can you tell me about your family? Can you tell me about your family?